What's going on? So, singer, musician, songwriter, producer Brian McKnight is facing a black backlash because he said his black children were a product of sin. And my reaction is, now I'm gonna tell you something. Brian McKnight is one of the most talented artists I have ever heard, especially in the last 35 years. And I said it before since the 90s. Only R. Kelly had him beat overall as far as songwriting, producing, hit songs, and talent and versatility because they were like standards. And then you can throw D'Angelo and Maxwell in there, and then maybe Joe if you choose to. There's some others. And of course, the carryover from Babyface from the 80s. But in the modern first, being able to be versatile and be the front leading talents. Because I've seen Brian McKnight do some classical stuff, some jazz stuff. His vocal tonage owes a homage to like the same church vibe that Whitney Houston had. Very talented. His personal ego, though, has been his downside. His arrogance has been one of his biggest flaws. And to come out when his son had cancer and to say the things he said, and listen, his first album is one of my favorites. I love that debut album. Plus, Brian McKnight was born in Buffalo, New York, where Rick James was too. So I always hold akin to Buffalo, New Yorkers like Grover Washington Jr., etc. So I give him that. And I think the guy was, like I said, very vastly, very talented. However, on your personal side, there's things that you don't say, don't do. And so he married to an Asian woman and has children and adopted her children and so on and so forth. And you choose to do what you do. As I tell anybody, I don't care who you're with. Your skin is your uniform, and you don't forget it. And America won't let you forget it. Because I don't know who Brian McKnight been hanging with to somehow think that he's exempt from being black or whatever. But this is very disappointing and disheartening. Regardless of what happens, that's your flesh and blood. You brought that into the world. Son says he's still going to keep his name, Brian McKnight Jr. And it's a shame. But the fans are different. Some people take that personal. You see, I'm one of those kind of people. I separate the art from the person because I don't know these people. I hate it all the time when people say, well, so-and-so's like this, so you're supposed to think. No, I don't know them. I only know the God-given talent that you got. I don't know what they like in real life unless they show me something. In Brian's case, he's been smug and like that, so that's come off in the wash. But I don't know him personally. However, when you make a statement like that to the public, and the segment of your fans who grew up with you were black. Yeah, he sold a lot of records once upon a time, but his segment was black based. He had crossover hits, but he wasn't like big like that. He kind of had the old man, young man syndrome. Like he was younger, but he had this old man vibe. Like they thought he was going to be like on the Nat King Cole, smooth crooner type. Until he came up with that spoof. Let me see how it works. That's the only title I'm going to say. You have to look it up on YouTube streets. I guess that was his attempt at trying to one-up R. Kelly, and he went in for a little dig. And some people found it funny, and some people cringe. But it didn't run his career off. What has hurt his career, though, is the fact, well, as an artist, he just ran out of hits. He couldn't keep the hits on. That's what people tend to forget about because the talent was there. However, this is some form of self-loathing and the kind of thing that people, and he has a lot, let's keep it 100. A lot of black female soul sisters have supported this cat. You say something like this and you had a child with a black woman and you say something like this, well, suddenly those tickets start to decline. And so he's facing a backlash or blacklash, his own, which could have been prevented. Not too smart, not too bright. And when you're not selling records and you're a day and time where you depend on sales concerts because people aren't buying no more and they stream you. But let's be realistic. You're an artist from 30 years ago and your biggest hits were like, 30 years ago? There's not a lot of people I see in these streets going, oh, Brian McKnight, well, I got to play the Brian McKnight comeback record. It ain't been the case in quite some time. I've heard his last few records and them things under the old system or the new system went triple Reynolds rap. Just keep it 100. So he cannot afford. I put your cash money right now. If R. Kelly was to get out of the prison right today, tomorrow, he going to pack way more seats than Brian McKnight will do the rest of the year put together. I'm just saying, because Brian McKnight right now, right by now, if you have a dollar store drive-through half off and you have some food and pop in the drive, you might fill up. You might fill that parking lot up. That's what you have to do. Or, you know, like Tuesdays at Goodwill when it's the green tag day, it's about as good as it gets for him. Not good right now. I don't think too many people would want to be Brian McKnight. And you got to watch what you say because people take it personal. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like. And for the record, he is a very talented artist. But whoever his PR or whatever he's saying, he need to shut up. He need to make amends. This ain't good. I'm out.